It's BlackBerry Today, episode 12. This one brought to you once again by Skin It. It's the Big Sleep. Welcome, everybody. It is BlackBerry Today. We are live in the studio. Actually, it's not, there's no line. There's usually a line right here. There's normally a line right here. Right, so we do that way. Live in the studio, bringing you BlackBerry Today. Figured we'd give you the next episode and cover all the latest stuff and news and apps and tricks and everything else quickly. So normally we go round and round. It's been 2 weeks. BlackBerry's had some news again.
Yes.
We've had some different things. I would like to point out that I'm on a temporary device.
That doesn't look like this.
No, it doesn't look like that anymore. I was running the Bold 9930, and I'll get back to that eventually. But this is not the Bold 9930 for a temporary amount of time.
It's not.
But first up, Kathy's going to run us through the news as usual.
Yes. So on my magic newscaster over here, a few things in the last couple weeks. So the name BBX, gone.
Gone.
Out.
What did it go to?
BlackBerry 10.
Tell them why.
Lawsuits.
Lawsuit. So we discussed this after BB DevCon.
Yes.
And they lost.
Yes.
Business Basic Extended, which has been around since I think like 88 or 89, the company down south, basically said no. And BlackBerry at first said, well, it's not the same. People know the difference. And they said no. And the judge said no. So we just read that, BB DevCon Asia,
Yes.
they changed it and announced it.
Yes. And so BlackBerry 10, which they initially said would be out soon, which then changed to February. I said that in our last episode. We talked about February 12th.
Yep.
And now that will be the second half of 2012.
Rumor has it they can't get the chips that they need to run BBX 10. I'm sorry, not BBX. BlackBerry operating something 10,
Just
whatever.
Make it up, you know.
They can't run 10.
BlackBerry 10.
Right, because they don't have enough horsepower yet, and the chips they need don't come out in time to get it out any sooner.
Right.
So, bummer for them.
Yes, so that's that. Twitter for BlackBerry updated with now multi-user.
Yay! That's been a while. That's been a missing feature of...
Oh, right. I thought you meant it's been out a while. No, it just came out.
It's been out without that type of feature that everyone's been asking for.
That feature's been in a lot of other clients.
Yes.
So now just the official Twitter for BlackBerry now has multi-user.
Excellent.
I don't use it, but hey, there you go.
What are you going to do?
What else we got? We have the new free app for the thank you gift. I know you're excited about this one because you love this one.
Yeah. Do we want to cover that now? Yeah, we'll talk about it because it's in there.
It's part of my news.
So
yeah.
As of the 15th, I believe it was yesterday, the 15th, they released the next in the series. We've missed a couple along the way since we recorded. They released 2 more. They did The Sims, I think we talked about last time. They also released Nobex, the good video picture editor, The Sims 3, SimCity Deluxe, the Photo Editor Ultimate, which was actually quite well and has 4.5 out of 5 stars. Nobex Radio came out, iSpeech Translator, sucking. Well, they released Drive Safely. And everyone said, well, Drive Safely was the very, if I scroll, the very first app, Drive Safely Pro. It has a red car in the picture. We scroll up now, and it's Drive Safely Enterprise. It has a blue car.
Blue.
And 1.5 stars already out the gates. It is, people are saying no difference, killing their battery, performance, won't launch, won't start. 1 or 2 people said, hey, it's great, and everyone else is saying, I don't even know what the difference is. And I can't tell the difference between Enterprise or Pro, but I won't launch this one because it was killing my previous.
Right, I was going to say, so you did it the first time it came out, and it killed it, and you tried it a couple times.
It wasn't compatible with 7.
And you had to get rid of it,
right,
which is interesting. So you said that you're naming off all of these things, and I'm looking at mine, and I don't have half of those apps because they brilliantly gave thank you apps that aren't available on OS 7.
So can I ask a question?
Yes.
What happened between 7 and 10? Why are we jumping from OS 7 to OS 10?
It's not the OS, it's the device.
Yeah, but why? What happened to 8 and 9?
It doesn't sound cool? I don't know. I'm not a part of RIM marketing.
I was just checking.
Okay, so anyway, you did also mention Nobex Radio.
Yes.
Which I wanted to briefly mention because one of our awesome viewers on our last conversation, we were talking about BlackBerry Music and all of that kind of stuff. And so somebody tweeted to us that they use the Nobex Radio Premium.
Yes.
Or Nobex Radio.
And it's
Premium
free.
is free right now.
And it allows
for
offline
like 10
caching
days.
of radio as well as streaming radio stations, but hundreds and hundreds of stations.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just had to mention that because one of our awesome viewers sent that in.
I'm typing into, so I can log into BlackBerry World for some other stuff.
Okay. And if you've got any ugly Christmas sweaters or something, you can use the BlackBerry Messenger avatar builder and tweet a picture. I only mention it because I know you hate that. So I only mention it because on Twitter, if you tweet a picture of your BlackBerry Messenger ugly Christmas sweatered avatar, you might win a prize.
Yeah, ugly sweater avatar maker. I do know a few people that change their avatars quite frequently, but most of them are them. They're not doing avatars.
Right.
They may put a picture or flag or something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if you tweet that to BlackBerry at BlackBerry.
No, this is not your real ugly sweater. This is an avatar.
This is the avatar builder.
Okay.
I mean, hey, tweet a picture of your ugly sweater if you want to, with the Berry Holiday hashtag, and you could win a prize from
Okay.
BlackBerry. And
Berry Holiday, cute.
Berry Holiday, yes. And then I thought I had something else here. And there was one more OS update of the Playbook, which I actually have in hand this week. So last time I had skipped it. I had installed the new OS update. So this time I got it, and I actually got both in one update. So I'm all up to date. So there was another update out, just in case you didn't know. It looked like it was some security stuff, some patchy thingies, nothing like exciting. Again, not
nice
email or anything.
Well, wait, since you have both devices, we'll show them the skin matching. So we'll talk about skin. We actually run them as one of our sponsors. We love Skin It, as you can see, the matching ones. If you just missed out between our last episode and this one, shame on you, because they just ran the 12 days of Christmas at Skin It, and every day was a heck of a deal. Buy one, get one half off, upload a custom skin for free. They had all sorts of deals every day for 12 days. Yesterday was the last day, or the day before. So by the time you see this episode, we will have probably some more code stuff, but you missed the 12 days of Christmas if you're just joining us for this episode. I apologize.
But our code is still good.
Our link is still good for you to go to Skin It and get your covers for your devices.
And that's it for news.
That's it for news? No, what just came out today? They pre-announced it. It's on the list. You had the page up a second ago. App World 3.1. something came out. Why is it so important? Is they've added new features. It isn't just a fix pack for 3.1. It's actually a bunch of new features. One of which is the ability to have apps, and if you're on a family plan, and people say family plan, yes, if you have kids that you also have on there as well, you can now restrict types of apps because they're going to do content rating on side of them. So you'll be able to now go in and say, there's general, there's teen, there's adults, I believe there's even a mature, if that's in there somewhere on the rating. If you scroll down, I think we have it on the page. But there's 4 types of ratings. So you can say you're not going to be allowed to install anything based upon this type of content rating, which is a beautiful feature in itself. You also, and this is a cool one, is everyone's been saying, oh, I want to give you an app or get an app or whatever it is. You can request or gift applications from App World. So I can say, and it works with BBM contacts, ooh, I really want this app. And it costs $2 or 10 or whatever it is. And you say, ooh, please give this to me, select a BBM contact. They get a request to gift you the app. And then you can do the same as I could, without you asking, I could just gift you an application. So that's now built into the new 3.1 release that they have. Are you going to use it?
Cool.
What, yeah, okay.
I might gift someone. Honestly, I would not ask someone.
Oh, and there's a new view. So when you go into My World in BB, inside the application for App World, you go into, you have installed, uninstalled, there's subscriptions, and there's one called Gift. So you can go into the gift subscriptions and see what you have in there.
Okay. So yeah, I would gift someone an app, but I wouldn't say, hey, give me this.
Okay.
That's not my way.
I'm with you there.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Was that it about?
That was pretty much the highlights of it. The rating system is cool because now you can actually see
cool.
what you're getting in terms of content. That means that all of these application vendors now need to start putting ratings on their applications.
Oh, this is new?
Well, we know about that. It changed. Download via Wi-Fi only?
Yeah.
Okay, they did add that in before. You can now set it to only download applications when you're on Wi-Fi. This will really help you if you travel outside of service range. Maybe you still have your phone on your device and you're using it for pictures or even just general surfing. I know took the BlackBerry down to South Africa, but it was good coverage most of the places. But if it had Wi-Fi, I changed to it. You can now set it to only download on Wi-Fi to save either a subscription cost time, data plan, or because you can't get data any other way, it won't error out anymore.
Right.
So that's a new option that's inside of here as well. And we should make special note about BBM Music, because since our last recording, Playtime is over, folks. BBM Music, as of the 12th, unless they extended it, I can't tell.
I haven't seen anything.
No. It's now $5, according to the App Store. It used to be free.
A month.
I think it's a subscription, so it's $5 a month, and subscription is one of the options inside of the App Store now. If I go to subscriptions, it'll actually say what I have. Yeah, I'm not subscribed to any products. So BBM Music would be a subscription cost. Yeah. Oh, they added that to App World. You can now charge it through some carriers to your phone bill. They didn't have that before. So it's PayPal, credit card, or your phone carrier. But I don't know they don't have any indication what carriers are supported yet. So I'm unsure of this. And you keep pulling up a picture of a guy with an ugly sweater.
Yeah.
He's trying to win?
No.
No. I thought it was one of the BBM ugly sweater competitions to win the avatar thing, but it's a real person.
No, it's an actual picture of someone in an ugly sweater.
Is he going for the contest?
I don't know. He could be from maybe it's the guy at RIM. I'm not. It doesn't credit the ugly sweater. We might
post this in the. And we're looking at it live, but in the show we'll actually post this. So for those of you that are not seeing this right now, we may just bring the picture up just because we can. Otherwise, I have a bunch of stuff that is no longer available for this device because of versioning. So I can't install Blackbird. I can't install because that's Playbook. I can't. So it's showing me things that were on my Playbook because I associate my same ID from Playbook that you do here now. So I'm seeing things that I can't get to, and things I've uninstalled.
Interesting.
Like Evernote, Facebook for a Playbook, it says unavailable.
Okay.
All this says unavailable for this device because they're Playbook apps, but it shows them in my same app world.
Right, but I didn't think, at least in here, that they showed you things you couldn't have on here.
This is 3.1.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, it was there in 3.0.
Okay.
It was there in 3.0. I saw these in 3.0.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, because you already had them, but I was thinking in the store.
Oh, not the store. These are things that were installed before,
I'm with you.
like Night Vision and others.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So what's next? What do we have up there? Oh, I got a lot.
App tips. What are we doing?
I've uninstalled a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So normally we kind of talked about our lovely sponsor already.
Yes.
But so we can jump into apps.
Okay.
Am I usually first for apps?
You are.
What was I going to do?
I don't know.
I had an app in mind.
Okay.
You might be first.
All right. I'm going first. So I am going to do WhatsApp. Right?
Cheater. Okay, go ahead.
Cheater? That is not cheating. So WhatsApp is a great little app for basically I could swear we've talked about this before, but maybe it's just because I talk about it with everybody I meet because I love it. Have we talked about it before?
I don't know if we talked about WhatsApp or not, but we should talk about it again if we didn't.
Okay, there you go. So
it's been over a dozen episodes, so it's possible we're going to repeat
Somebody might have missed an early episode.
They didn't? Too bad.
Right. So it's basically BlackBerry Messenger for communicating with people who might not be on a BlackBerry device. WhatsApp works on iOS devices, it works on Android devices, and it works on BlackBerry. So it's great. You can log in, it goes and gets your contacts out of your address book, you connect, and you go back and forth. It's just like BlackBerry Messenger in that you send a message, you can see that it's been delivered, and then a double check mark, you can see that it's been read by the other individual.
Yeah.
Great, you can send photos, you can send text, quote-unquote text messages. That's the other great thing. It's not actually text messages, so it goes through your data plan, which is, for me, a lot better.
Yeah.
As I just found out the other day, I didn't realize I was on the text limit. So that's great.
Bonus.
You can also have groups. So a few of you and your friends, you can have the group chat. Doesn't matter, one person on an Android, one person on an iPhone, the other person on a BlackBerry, and you're all in there in WhatsApp and you're all chatting together. And you can still send pictures through there. All of that. It's just a great little app. And
Cost?
I think I want to say it's free
and what we know so far
on here.
Yes, but on iOS we're being told it's like
99
$1.
cents. Yes.
Android free.
Oh, is it free?
From what I've seen, unless they change it, but it was free. But on BlackBerry free. So for all of you,
free.
So grab a hold of it. And you also do voice notes, and I mean it's basically BBM for multi-platform.
Yes.
Is what it becomes.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very cool for those that don't happen to have a BB device.
If you haven't convinced every one of your friends
and your family and everybody
to
else
be on
to do
a BlackBerry.
Right.
Exactly. So that's my app. I love it. I use it all the time.
Statuses, groups, phase, people, but they must be in your address book though for it to function.
Yes.
It's the same as BBM. They must be in your contact list.
Right.
All
But
right.
the nice thing is, you don't have to friend them. I
Correct.
guess. You know, if they're in your contact, you have to be in their address book, and they have to be in your address book. And if some of you have multiple phone numbers,
it has to be.
they have to have your phone number that you signed up with.
Yes.
So, like, you know, if you've got cell and home and whatever, but they've only got your home number in their address book, it's not going to work.
Correct. And
if
they
you
must
use your cell.
Yeah, and it must be the primary one. is what I found out. It must be the
Oh,
primary.
okay.
So you can have multiple, but it has to be the primary
Gotcha.
number.
Right.
But it doesn't show the number ever in
Right.
the chat, and they don't store it that I've seen. What they do is they confirm it via
A text.
one time. So
Yep.
you will need a text message one time
text
for
message.
setup.
Yep, exactly.
Well, you brought up a good point last time, and we'll tell them real quick in the middle is people are now sending us applications to test or things to talk about as well.
Yep.
So if you want to contact us,
Oh, yeah.
easy stuff. Twitter, BBerry Today is a good way to get in touch. We see a lot of the tweets. Definitely on our Facebook page, facebook.com/spikedstudio. You can leave messages. You can see about episodes. You can send us things there. You can like posts. You can share them with your friends, the videos. We'd love to see you guys start doing that as well. You can call us at 443-BB-TODAY, and you can email us at bbtoday@spikestudio.com. So you can get to us any of those ways. Most people are tweeting, and Facebook seems to be the majority.
Yeah.
And if you want to make a video about a tip, keep it short, and we'll try to embed it into the show itself. So if you make one, don't send us the video. Upload the video. Use Vimeo, use YouTube, I don't care where it is, and we'll grab it if we can, and we'll embed it into the show itself. So if you actually want to do a tip of your own, we'd love to highlight you. We'll put your Twitter ID and stuff in there so we can get in touch. All right.
Did you figure out your app?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew it a few minutes ago. It's a standard. It's free, but it's QR Code Scanner Pro.
Okay.
So a lot of people complain about scanning QR codes of BlackBerry. I found this to be very reliable. So if you search in App World, QR space code space Scanner Pro, it will give you a scan history, and you can scan a code live. It does have a little tiny bar ad at the top. No big deal. It doesn't get in your way. There's just two buttons. And what it allows you to do is scan QR codes that will take you to the web page or product information or whatever it is. And it's been pretty functional. And there's a history button to show the history of the codes that you've scanned. So it'll show where you're going and what the tag is, what date you did it on, things like that. And you can see the tags from them and other information. You can go to the URL inside of there. You can clear the history out if you want to. You can share it. But when you scan the code, all it does is take a picture of a QR code.
And it works pretty well.
Because
there are varying
yes.
levels of ability.
Yes, it's been working great.
Okay.
As far as I don't have one on my hand, but I'm getting focused. And it
Here's
just
a tattoo QR code.
it's looking for it. It's looking for a QR code. As soon as it sees one, it snaps a picture. You don't have to do anything else on your own.
Right. I will say I use ScanLife for that.
I've heard of it.
Yes. So and it works pretty well. But I don't know if yours is the same way as you were saying. Like I found myself trying to move my device in and
Yes.
out. No, it does that.
It autofocuses.
Right. So it tries to look and fit it in and fill the screen and take the picture. So don't sit there and do this back and forth 100 times.
It's from Jared Company because I said refer a friend, and it goes QR code scanner refer, so it'll say refer a friend. So great new app, QR code scanner pro, but it's from jaredcompany.com.
Cool.
What I did is just simply use their lovely button that said share this and everything else. So it's pretty cool.
Cool.
All right. So we've told them about how to reach us. We told them how to do all sorts of fun things. Let's give them our tip.
Tip.
Go for it. You're first this time.
I'm first.
Oh, well, I did apps, didn't I?
Well, I went first on the app, but I can go first.
Okay, go first on the tip.
Okay. So I was, can I do two tips?
You can do two.
Because one is a small one. So the one I wanted
Can I
to
count
do,
one as mine?
No.
Oh, okay.
So the real tip that I wanted to do was just on SD cards.
Okay.
Right? So you go or sometimes your device comes with an SD card, but
Yes.
usually it holds like one photo. It's a totally worthless SD card. So you want to go out and you want to buy a new SD card. That's great, and you should. And they're fairly cheap. Just don't go out and buy the biggest one you can buy, because it may not work on your device.
Correct.
So you want to go out, you want to find first what the largest supported SD card is for your specific device, and then go get
A
one.
lot of the older ones are only supporting 8 gig.
Right.
Some of the new ones, 16s, 32s.
And you can buy crazy.
There's
So,
64s, but
yeah.
a lot of them are 8 gig pretty much. That's a lot of space, though.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize how much. That's a lot
Well,
of
I mean,
pictures.
I think more and more apps are starting to put more and more stuff on there. If you're putting your music on there, all that kind of stuff, you're going to want a bigger one.
Can I make a complaint? That it's something you brought up. So if you're storing videos and stuff, the ones you film with your BlackBerry quickly eat a lot of space in terms of meg. 10-second video is like 15, 20 meg. You can't transfer that via BBM. They have a 6 meg limit, which I did it. It's basically record, okay, stop recording. And then you get like 2 or 3 meg and you can send it. It's not, so you can't do videos very well with that. It's just a complaint. Even though you can store it,
You can do videos
you just
great,
can't transfer it.
and you can transfer them like via the desktop software.
Correct, but
just
you
not
can't-
via
BBM blocks you at 6 meg.
Gotcha.
Just random came to me.
Okay.
Is that your tip?
That was my real tip.
Okay.
So then this just happened to me 10 minutes ago tip is on OS 7.
I wonder if that's 6 too. Oh, I've got that.
We can look now. See, we always complain we never had OS 6, so this was a good thing. So you have the panels in your home screen, and you can tap that, and it fills up with all the icons, or you can go away and it shows just one row. And I somehow came to my device and I looked at it, and it had 2 rows. And I didn't understand how it had 2 rows. And I went through all of the settings and display and all that stuff to get it back down to 1, and I couldn't find it. So if you click and hold on the top of the panel and then just drag.
That would be a problem. I can't drag.
You can't drag, but I can drag. You could probably do it other ways.
I'm trying.
But that's how mine accidentally got done too. I'm sure I was leaning on it or whatever, and I accidentally dragged it up. So that's that. That can move, and you can make that 1 or 2 rows as you desire.
Options. Nice. Oh, mine is an option.
Well, that's because you can't touch your
screen.
screen.
So let's go back to that real quick.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. So I had the 9930. We'll make it quick. I had the 9930.
You have this.
Woke up one morning. Dead. Wouldn't boot. Battery was good. Put in another device. Came up fine. Put it back in mine. Nothing. Plugged it in. Nothing. Reboot it. Nothing. Went online. Known bug. They call it the deep sleep bug. Basically, somehow when you leave it charged too much, the device goes, really? Now? And goes to sleep and just won't wake up. It gets into a constant boot cycle. So my tip was a hack that's out on, it might be on BlackBerry, I believe it is out there, but they have a way to get in. So instead of using the desktop software itself, you can get into a device that's been what they call bricked in some sense. It's there, it just won't boot because it gets in a constant back-end cycle of some kind. You go into the program directories for the desktop, you find the apploader.exe file. You launch that. You're not loading the whole desktop manager, just that. It'll bring up a little bitty box. This is the tricky part. You have about 2 seconds. So basically, you hold the cord where you want it to go, and you keep your hand on the mouse. You plug it into the phone. As soon as the screen changes to say from blank no connection to either no pin or the pin number, you quickly hit next. It skips the boot cycle and allows you to reformat the OS and make it clean again. Unfortunately, deep sleep is much deeper than that. So it loaded a new OS 3 times, but it will not wake up. So I'm awaiting, it's known, it's been on the web, people are talking about it. Verizon's been replacing devices for sure. I saw some people have had 2 or 3, they said, that have done the deep sleep, which means don't charge all night probably.
That's what I was going to say. So how did this happen?
I left it to charge at some point during the evening. Usually it does fine. You can plug it in, and if it sits a couple extra hour or so, it's no big deal. Apparently that's a very bad thing with the 9930, and it will just put it to deep sleep. And you can't get out of it. For some people. Some have been able to actually unplug it, take the battery out, plug it into a computer, let it sit there for a minute, computer, put the battery in, and eventually get back in. Like it recharges it. It says, oh, I see a new battery, recharge it, even though the battery's full. It's really weird, but everybody else, you're stuck. So I have a temporary Bold sitting here, and if I can tell everybody now, since we talked about switching in the device review, I've been tapping the screen for the past week trying to do stuff because the new Bold has, and I've like do what I normally do and then went to tap the, and no, I've had nothing. And the keyboard's smaller. Really. And the keyboard's smaller. I really like the new Bold way over this Bold, which is great for RAM. I really love it. But right now I'm deep sleep and I'm challenged with tapping.
So in addition to the apploader.exe thing, the tip of the day for you would be also not to just leave your phone charging.
Mainly the newer ones for now. OS 7 for now. We don't know about other devices. We only know I've seen, because I only looked up the 9930. Definitely don't leave it charging an extended period of time past the point of full.
Right.
Is what we
Charge it up full, unplug it.
Yep.
Groovy.
Groovy. So everybody know how to get in touch. We want to do a live one. As you can see, the new studio stuff is going on.
Don't get used to this, though.
You never know. You never know. Who knows how we're going to make the old green screen stuff happen. We may have to upgrade the other studio, too.
Yeah,
So, we already got the new microphones. So if you need anything, you know how to reach us. We put it in there in the show notes. We like to thank everyone that's sending us messages and tweets, and get on Facebook and like us or send us a comment. Share the video with your friends if you know they have devices. This is getting bigger in Europe, as you know. They have a huge install base, so we'd love to see it shared more over there as well. And we're still on the Playbook in HD, and we are everywhere else you could possibly want, including streaming in SD. Anything else?
That's it.
Another BlackBerry Today. We will see you all in a bit.
Bye. Wait, what?
I asked for help and they didn't help. See? And I always stand right here and we do it that way.
Okay.
Is that good for you? Okay, you'll be fine.
It's going to make me laugh the whole time. Anyway, so.
We can do that. You ready?